In the past, Japan was not considered a barrier-free country. For those who use a wheelchair, many public places including shops and train stations were virtually inaccessible. But that's changed over the last 2 decades. Most major stations now have elevators to their platforms, extra-wide ticket gates, and handicapped accessible restrooms. But there are still many places that a wheelchair just can't go. Curbs and uneven pavement in urban areas, not to mention natural obstacles like snow, rocky paths, and sandy beaches, make many places off-limits to those in wheelchairs. But that might be about to change.
Here comes a unique electric-powered wheelchair. It's heading right for those large tree roots. A regular wheelchair would never be able to take on such an obstacle. But for this one, it's no problem. As you've probably noticed already, rather than wheels, it moves using rubber tracks. That's why it can easily roll over obstacles. Introducing the UNIMO, one of the very few chairs in the world using tracks instead of wheels. Another surprising fact is that the UNIMO wasn't developed by a wheelchair manufacturer, but by an engineer who used to work for an automaker. Putting an original idea of his into practice, he started his own business and created this wheelchair.
5、6年前にですね、私の母が車椅子にお世話になるようになりまして、介護現場をいろいろ見させていただきました。一人でなるべく動けるような環境を作らないといけないということで、じゃあ自動車会社で培った経験を生かしてですね、こういう一人乗りの電動車椅子ですね、こういったものができないかということで、じゃあ開発してみようと。
Electric wheelchairs are easily prone to falling over backwards, so relying on his expertise as a designer of vehicles, Takeuchi determined that continuous tracks would give the chair enough stability to prevent it from overturning and to safely roll over steps and other obstacles. Speaking of obstacles, the development process had its fair share of them. During demonstrations at a show, the belt on one of the tracks on the first prototype came off. Turning was also an issue. After many trials and errors, the third and current model was released. Each of the track's belts consist of 72 rubber segments joined together. The segments have a semicircular section. They're made of a highly vibration-resistant rubber that absorbs the shock caused by small irregularities in road surfaces and ensures enough traction to run over snow. The tracks on each side are powered by 2 separate motors. The chair's maximum speed is 6 kilometers per hour, and it can run for 20 kilometers on a fully charged battery. The controls are very simple, using only a joystick. Let's see just how versatile those tracks are. The UNIMO has been extensively tested on a wide range of terrains. Here it is rolling on snow, something a conventional wheelchair couldn't do. Wheelchair users living in snowy regions are practically trapped inside their homes during winter months. But with a wheelchair like this, they can go out anytime. The tires on a regular wheelchair cannot go on a sandy beach, but the UNIMO can. The track's performance varies according to the type of sand, but they can usually move with ease on dry sand. Unpaved roads aren't a problem either. In addition to being devoid of asphalt, pathways in natural parks are often covered with dead leaves, twigs and rocks, making them dangerous for wheels, but not for tracks. They can even roll over ice-covered pavement. Another feature that makes it possible for the UNIMO to tackle harsh road conditions is the track's independent suspension. This further increases stability when the chair moves over an obstacle on only one of its 2 tracks. It's apparently the only wheelchair to feature drive wheels with independent suspension.
コスト的には当然高くなるんですけども、 ぱり転倒に対する、要は路面の凸凹に対する追従性という意味ではやはり独立見学が必要だろうということで、あえてこの方式を取りました。
Even in our daily lives, the roads are riddled with obstacles, like this street in a residential area. Steps of a few centimeters are everywhere. Thanks to the independent suspension, such small changes in height are easily overcome.
クローラーベルトは悪路では当然性能がいいんですけども、非常にきれいな整地では、回転しにくいと。それをなんとか克服しなきゃいけないということで、そこに一番時間がかかりました。
Being able to move forward on any surface is nice, but turning smoothly is as crucial. Through continuous improvements in the shape and mechanism of the tracks, the current model of the UNIMO can easily turn around in small spaces, such as an elevator. Here's yet another useful function. The seat can move up and down to facilitate getting in or out of the chair. What's more, a smartphone can be installed in front of the controller. Using the phone's camera, the chair can be controlled at a distance. The image feed from the camera can be monitored on a separate device, like a tablet PC. Looking at the display, a care worker can remotely operate the chair.
より多くのお客様に使っていただくためにですね、今はジョイスティック操作しかないんですけど、これをハンドル操作タイプのものを作るとかですね、それから利用者様の運行管理をですね、するとかですね、将来的には自動車でもあるんですけど、自動走行とかに向かってですね、私どもとしては開発を続けていきたいですし。
What does the future hold for the UNIMO? As the implementation of universal accessibility in popular sightseeing spots doesn't seem to be making much progress, a device like this can definitely help expand the horizons of wheelchair users. The UNIMO represents a significant step towards giving people with disabilities the freedom to safely go wherever their hearts desire.
I love how Takeuchi didn't give up, even after setbacks like broken treads and prototypes that tipped over. True success is built on a foundation of failures. Complex innovations like his, as well as simpler ones like we saw earlier in the program, have a direct and life-changing impact on those who need them the most. That's it for today's show. We'll be back next week with even more great gear. Until then, I'm Matthew Masaru Barron. では。